Am I the first one?
You are first.
What do I get? Do I get a medal or a chest
No,
to
you
pin
don't.
it on?
You don't get anything. We've got someone coming in under Warren Werbit. Hello.
Yeah, that
Good
doesn't
morning.
look like-
Good
No, I'm
morning.
here for Warren. Warren asked me to be his special guest. He told
You
me
are
to join.
his gorgeous assistant. Welcome.
Thank you.
Well, he's certainly got
Definitely.
more hair than Warren, so you're already winning.
A couple more people just coming in. We got Warren looking very. He must have been in Costa Rica when he took that. He looks
Yeah.
younger. Janine, is it?
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you very much.
Where are you, Janine?
I'm from sunny Cape Town.
Don't say anything else. We know it's sunny there. Yeah. You won. You
It's
got
rained
me.
a little bit this morning, but it's good now.
Yeah, you got me sunny. It's really cold here in the UK, and probably colder again in France.
Yeah, it's pretty cold. It's dull and rainy actually here more than cold. It's not particularly cold. It's about 7-8 degrees, but it's dull and horrible.
It's certainly cold enough. Mark Stevenson, hello.
Hello.
Matthew
Mr.
Parker,
S, how
hello.
are you, sir?
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Marina.
Marina, hello.
Marina, hi.
How are you doing?
Wonderful, as usual.
We are all good.
Excellent. I brought a friend, guys.
What a friend. Who's your friend?
Janine.
Janine, you're friends with Marina. Oh, okay. Hi.
She's
Hi.
already introduced herself and bragged how warm and sunny it was in South Africa. So
Of
it's kind
course.
of
Oh,
warm.
well, that's strange. A South African talking about warm and sunny. Never heard that before.
No, it could change in a matter of minutes, actually.
In a couple of months' time, it'll be us. We'll have the sunshine, and you'll be back to rainy days and riots.
Hmm.
And we'll be complaining about the heat.
We will be complaining about the heat. So, Warren, can you hear us? So Warren's not actually.
Hey, Ben.
Yeah, he's there. He's there.
Hey, Warren. I don't know why my name says your name.
Oh, you know why? Because I sent you the link from my Outlook.
Yeah,
You
Ah.
can change it.
I will fix that. What's your name, Ben? It's Ben.
My
What's
name's
your name,
Ben.
Ben?
Yeah.
That's a
Name,
good
Ben.
one. Hey, Ben, what's your name, Ben?
Morning or afternoon, where you guys are from.
It's certainly afternoon. Nice t-shirt. Warren.
Afternoon.
Why, thank you.
It's a
I was
bit
gonna
cold.
put on Joanne's hat, but it's a little warm in here.
Yeah, I've got the hat. Yeah, I've got.
Should we all put the hat on for Joanne?
I
Ah,
haven't got one. I put it on if I had one.
Ooh.
I'm not sore.
You're not bitter at all, are you, Mark?
No, not even a little bit.
Do you mean just the hat?
No, that would be inappropriate, Paul.
Yeah.
You'd know about that.
Yeah. Just wondered.
Who's the mystery person on the phone number? Oh, they've gone.
Where?
There was somebody who's just a phone number, but they've disappeared.
I am not a number. I am a free man.
Yeah.
You think
Is that big ball still following you?
That's between me and the ball, Mark.
I've lost the hat already. I can't believe it. Hello, Rick.
Hello.
Coming in.
Hey, Rick.
Matthew.
Hi, everybody.
Two more people. Still more people coming in.
Elizabeth is running late, she said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's
yes,
probably
she
in a
is.
bar. She's probably trying to get served in a bar.
In a meeting.
Chris
I'm
Jordan.
gonna tell her no one believes her.
Joe's here. Hello, Joe.
You're
Hey,
right.
Coops.
Oh yeah, you guys okay?
Yeah.
Super.
Can't smile wide enough.
Lucy's here.
Well, hi, I'm not turning my camera on because I've
Oh,
got a stinking cold and look like shit.
yeah, we don't want to
You're
capture
gonna
it.
say bad hair day.
For those of you who don't know English, that means she's hungover because she's been out.
It's shorthand.
So yeah, a couple more people coming in. Just give it a couple more minutes, and then I will do a handover. Ben, we can't see you, just so you know. Steady. Poor Stead's out on the road.
Yeah, just fixing something up. Give me 1 second here.
You fix away. I've lost my Joanne hat already, so I'm not going to wear it. Don't tell her.
It's our secret.
Hello, Joanne.
Here she comes.
I'm going
Hello, Joanne.
Hey, Joe.
Hello.
Hello. Right, couple more people.
Look,
just
I got
coming
my
in.
T-shirt. Yay!
Hooray!
Where's
Finally.
some people said they didn't get hats, you know. Just
Yeah.
saying.
Just saying, haven't got a hat.
Kelvin didn't get a hat, did he?
Thanks
I
to
don't think,
Mr.
I don't think
Stead, I
Kelvin got
mine.
one.
No, I've definitely got one.
Mine's
Hey,
got pride
Ben.
placed on my chair.
Oh, you guys.
Yeah,
Um,
both t-shirt.
Ben, on
Yours,
on your
you-
screen, you could share if you want to get up something to share. We'll share the screen after. You could show a couple of them.
Sure.
just-
Yeah.
Just remember the t-shirts are free with $99.99 postage. Right, I might as well get going. There's a couple more people still coming in. I might as well hand over. So today, Warren is taking over, and he's brought his special little friend and guest, Ben. So Warren, without
Whoa! Little, brought his special little guest. That sounds terrible. Sounds like a sporting event. Stop that.
or something worse.
Little guest.
So yeah, come on, Warren, it's over to you. It's
So
all about NFT.
yeah, so basically what came about last week or 2 weeks ago was people started talking about NFTs. And I said, I know nothing, but I got a friend whose son, that's Ben, who knows a little bit about NFTs and just pulled off a really wicked project. And I figured, you know what, we're just gonna let the young little guy who's involved, who knows more about it, talk, and the old people will listen and ask questions.
Sounds good. So I'll be honest, I didn't really prepare much, but like Warren said, I've personally been into the crypto space for maybe a year now. Haven't really found success in it until recently. As I'm sure a lot of you already know, people are just buying this digital art online, reselling it sort of like a decentralized stock market. So back in November, me and my buddies came up with this idea of having a real human profile picture that's really never been done before successfully. So what we did was we took our friend Tyler, sat him down in the studio, took a bunch of props to the studio, and took 2,222 pictures of him with different props on him, edited each picture, marketed it on Twitter, gathered a following and a community, and we sold out in under 2 minutes for.
Hang on, can you get a picture up? Can you get a couple up so that they could at least see what you're talking about?
Yeah,
can someone share his screen?
I'll pull up the website here. I'll do it.
I've made you a co-host, Ben.
Perfect.
That's gonna
So
cost.
this is our website. Basically, these are what they look like. This is the roadmap. So basically each project has its own utility and what we're gonna do for the people who buy it. So these are all the pictures with all the different props, so 3D glasses, sailor hat, picture frame, hexagon glasses, black beanie. And with each of those, you have to have associated metadata to do the coding. It's a whole process.
Sorry, can you just say what metadata is? Because everyone's probably just sitting there going, ah.
Metadata is just the code of the traits. So like you have to have each picture numbered. Like for example, this picture here would be number 300, and the metadata would be for hat, backwards cap, accessories, smiley face stickers, necklace, silver chain, t-shirt, red shirt, and then you have to list each one correctly or else it won't be uploaded correctly. But that's besides the point. So we did all these photos and we marketed the crap out of it and created a cool website, and people bought all of them we sold them for 0.95 Solana, which at the time was around $180 US a piece. So
sorry,
Why?
I'm gonna,
Why? I don't understand why.
What, hey Ben, you
Mhm.
said that you purchased them with Solano. Can you just explain quickly Solano and crypto? Wait.
Yeah. So Solana is a type of cryptocurrency that has a utility of being able to be used to trade NFTs as well. So with Solana, you have a Phantom wallet and all your cryptocurrency is in here. And with that, you can buy on secondary markets like Magic Eden, which is where you, so here's stock Tyler's, people could trade theirs on the secondary market. And so we've done around 1,162 Solana, which is around, I'm not sure how much that is now, but people just trade it within each other. And it's sort of like trading a stock, if you say, like if you higher than what they bought it for. Unfortunately, the price on ours right now is lower than what they bought it for. It comes to a point where if like us as the creators do everything we promised, at the end of the day, it's up to the holders on what they price it at. But there's always more work to be done. So it was a super cool, quick success that we found.
So how many pieces did you actually customize?
Every single one was different. They were all one of ones.
Right. And when you sold them at 95 Solana, whatever salads, how fast did they sell out?
All of them were gone in under 2 minutes.
And how much revenue did you create in 2 minutes?
In Canadian dollars, around $500,000.
And what's that worth now? Have you converted it to Canadian dollars, or it's still in Solanos?
No, some of it's in Solana. We were all split equitably, so we each have different amounts. All I know is mine is worth half of what it was worth when we released, because cryptocurrency we're in a depression right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we're sort of at a point we just have to I just have to hold it and not sell it, because it eventually will go back up. But now's a good time to buy for everyone.
Do you pay tax on that?
I still don't get why. What is the enamor like that this was sold out in 3 minutes? Like, what was it about this? Was it because they were so quirky? Was it the subject matter? Do people know who Tyler is? Was there something
They do
that
now.
Yeah.
no, but
so,
why like anybody can dress up in all of these things. I can't imagine anybody would want to see me in 100 different images like this and spend $500,000 on it. Like, why?
It's no different than Andy Warhol. It's just new art.
They have everything else, so why not?
That's the thing. The reason why I did so well too was it was a first to market kind of project. So nobody's ever done this before. That's why it caught so many eyes, and we were able to sort of steamroll the hype over it throughout the entire thing.
Now, so sorry, Ben, because when you're talking quick, but when you did the marketing of it, how did you market it? Who did you market it to? There was some other big NFT guys that saw your stuff and liked it.
So we made a first tweet. I'll pull up our Twitter here. And honestly, I'm not going to say that there's luck involved, that there's no luck involved. Oh crap, I don't have my Twitter signed in here, so I'll just do this. So this is our Twitter. We have our pinned tweet. This was our first tweet that we did. I think it generated around 500,000 impressions. So a few 100,000 people actually saw the thing. We did the first project. So the first ever real human PFP, which means profile picture. So all these people, like this guy here, uses NFTs as their profile pictures on any blockchain. So we did that, and we just developed such a good response off of it. So all these people were retweeting it. They were saying how much they love this. And then it just snowballed from there. More people picked it up. And oh, that's pretty cool that these guys commented on it. I didn't see that. They're a huge project that just released. And yeah, so it's really just getting eyes and doing something cool. And if people like it, they'll probably buy it. People are buying everything these days, but
it's modern art.
Essentially, yeah.
You make me some for a soul. Is it like trading football cards or something? But
you can think of it that way, yeah.
So you've got two sliding scales here. You've got the value of the NFT, and you've got the value of Solanos, both going like this.
Yeah.
At the same time. Yeah.
So like, you sort of just, there's not much you could do about that. Right now, everything is down. So what I'm personally doing is I'm just holding everything until it goes back up. Because if I'd sell now, I'd almost guaranteed sell at a loss. But I have no doubt that in due time, probably in quick time, like a month, it's gonna recover. And if anyone knows about cryptocurrency, now is an amazing time to do it.
So the skeptic in me has to ask here. So you say you'd sell at a loss. What are you, if you sold at the price you have now, what are you actually losing? Do you have more money invested in this than, or just your time?
Just my time, but
okay.
I also have money invested in it and other other just from this project.
Okay.
Let's say,
So you're defining a loss as being making less money than you might make when this inevitably returns to the previous price. That's what you're saying?
exactly.
Okay.
So the other thing is, and we don't have to talk about the amount of dollars, but when they unloaded them all and then they were sold, the Ben and company, when those NFTs get sold and resold, they continue to get a 6% commission all the time.
Okay,
So you
didn't know that.
could sell, they sold out 500,000. If the price of those picks up and takes off and everyone's selling and they go out and there's a couple $1 million of trades going on, Ben and company will get 6% of that commission.
Who's paying the
Exactly.
6%? How does that work? Is it the currency exchange that does that?
The people selling it. So there's a fee for selling your on the secondary market. So let's say there's a sale for $1,000, $69 from that $1,000 would go to us.
Who polices that?
Well, it's set in the smart contract. So our developer coded it in to the contract for when we uploaded it on this secondary market. So it's set in there in stone. It's said on the thing when you're selling it on the secondary. So 2% goes to the actual website, Magic Eden here. And then here, it should say here. Yeah. Artist royalties, so that's us. We get 6.9% of every sale. And then the transaction fee that goes to the actual website that it's listed on is 2%. So realistically, they're only getting 8.9% of, or they're getting 100 minus 8.9, which is 91.1. They're getting 91.1 of what their percent of what they're selling it for. And the rest goes as fees.
And you know who's selling what because it's all recorded on a blockchain.
Yeah, exactly. It's automated. So it comes to us immediately. It's embedded in the contract.
If I understand this right, if I bought one of your NFTs, I'm now the proud owner of a Tyler, but actually anyone can do anything they want. So you know, Warren could nab a copy of it, put it up on his website. That's all totally legal. The only thing that I really have is a digital token that says I'm the proud owner of what everyone else is using, but I've paid for it. Is that a fair?
Yeah, that's totally fair. And funny you say that, because recently Twitter actually just came out with a verification system. So all these non-believers have been just saying, why can I screenshot it and put it as my profile picture? You sure can, like you can, but the whole cool part is actually owning it. And like you said, it's stored in the blockchain. But now on Twitter or soon, if you're making an NFT or profile picture, you're actually gonna have to connect your wallet and choose it from there. So no one else could really use it. And then it gives you a little verification badge.
Like having a blue tick.
Yeah, exactly.
I could still just post the artwork in my feed, and that's
if you
fine.
want.
I can have it up on the website if I want, and just go, yeah, here's a piece of artwork I fancy showing, and I'm not doing anything wrong as long as I'm not claiming ownership of it.
Yeah, you could do that if you'd like.
Yeah. Okay. And can I?
It's just kind of frowned
if I go
upon.
to your website. Say again.
It's just kind of frowned upon.
Okay. But okay, as in the same way that lots of things, I don't know, government policies are often frowned on.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
no one really
At the end of the day, you could do whatever you want with it, but people are buying these because they want to own it.
Okay.
Can I have an NFT of Kelvin in his hat?
Yeah. The other thing that's happening is now there's NFT to print, because there's people now that have those NFTs and then they want to have a copy. So there's people that are printing them. And when you print them, now there's processes where you're putting in QR codes, numbers, security numbers, serial numbers embedded in the print in different ways. So everything is going, everything kind of comes back to us. There's sites now that are selling, buy an NFT and then have it printed and have it in a week. And I'm just looking at one now for a 12-inch by 12-inch paper frame. They're charging $80 or 80 euros.
Right.
There's like a whole other hey Mark, there's a whole other subcategory coming from it.
Yep, I was actually going to bring that up. Like a lot of things that people have on their roadmap as utility for buying their NFT is like wearables and real life stuff, maybe figurines, but it could also be like printout of the NFT sent to all 3,000, 10,000 holders, whatever it is. Like people are marketing stuff like that. So I totally agree with Warren. Print could definitely be used in a huge way with these NFT projects.
Mm-hmm.
Something we might do for our next project, actually.
How much does it cost to set up?
How much did it cost to set up the project?
Yeah.
There was no overhead.
Obviously the website.
Okay, so
you build the website yourself.
No, so basically everybody we had on our team was in-house, so we offered equity. So that way everybody believed in the project the same amount. We all had the same vision and we all wanted to succeed as bad. So everybody was paid after we launched.
So here's a question though, just taking this a bit further forward. So it's all in cryptocurrency, the return. You guys have done well and hats off to you. Hats off to you. For absolutely brilliant what you've done. It really sounds interesting. It's new to me, but surely cryptocurrency is bad for the environment. Don't you care? Don't you care about the kickback on that?
100%. So Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're not sustainable. They take so much electricity. They take so much energy, and it's terrible for the environment. And that's why a lot of people just aren't supporting it anymore. They're not buying Bitcoin. They're not buying Ethereum. Personally, I've never been into Ethereum.
So Ethereum is another kind of cryptocurrency.
It's another kind of cryptocurrency that's not sustainable whatsoever. Just because of the energy it takes to mine it and create it and trade it, it's not sustainable at all.
And the gas fee when you buy it.
It's nuts. Yeah. Like if you do a $1,000 trade, you may be paying $140 just in a fee where that money goes nowhere. It just gets burned. I've probably spent thousands on fees that have just burned up, gone, like it doesn't go to anyone. So Ethereum actually created Ethereum 2.0, which is 99.8% more sustainable than the original Ethereum to combat that. Because you're not the only person to say that. It's everywhere. It's not sustainable. It's terrible for the environment. Bitcoin, I'm not sure what they're going to do about that, but I don't think I've ever bought a Bitcoin in my entire life or a part of a Bitcoin, which people are doing less and less. Doesn't mean that currency is going to be worth any less because it's sort of that main one. But there's all these other coins on the market. Like I know Solana is a lot more sustainable than all the others. I can't speak for some other ones because I just don't know, but you're totally on the ball with Bitcoin and Ethereum just being so unsustainable.
So how is it more sustainable? What's the difference?
It just takes less energy. The way they created the Ethereum 2.0 net is just more sustainable. I have no idea how. I'm not a developer. I don't know any of the back end stuff, but that's what they're saying. If you want, I could link the website down below if you want to.
You go shopping with it. Yeah. Go down to Tesco's with your Bitcoins.
I just, if I made that much money, I'd have just cashed it out and gone shopping.
Yes.
How do you, Ben, how do you get the money out?
Any of you were involved, Ben?
It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There was around 8 of us.
By the way, I have never seen 8 people so excited when I was there and I watched the 2 minutes live when they were jumping up and down. It was.
I might have weed.
And if I didn't see it with my own eyes, I would not believe how fast that moved and how fast the money changed hands. I don't even know what we're doing in print anymore.
No, it's nuts. It's definitely, this is the kind of thing that I personally believe it is a bubble. Like, I don't think NFTs are ever going to go away, but the wave of people buying anything that you put in front of them is a bubble. And if you could find a way to capitalize on it now, you're going to win.
We could sell bubbles.
What?
We could make bubbles.
Technically, you can make bubbles. Yeah.
So Ben, can you, because it's hard to find somebody who can explain a blockchain and what it is, because the blockchain not only records the currency, but also the NFTs as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So the NFTs they're stored as tokens on the blockchain. I won't be able to explain it well because I honestly don't even understand it fully. But the blockchain confirms the transactions where the money goes through. It's a bunch of layers, and that's why it's decentralized, because there's just so many layers and no one knows where any money is going. But at the same time, it's all tracked. I wouldn't know how to go too deep into detail about that. If you're making
so
NFTs,
you've got several computers all together with copies of what's been sold and bought and who owns it. And because it's in so many places at the same time, it can't be hacked.
sounds right. Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds right. I'm not really sure, to be honest.
As far as the hacking, Ben, people are finding ways to scam and move and do things.
Yeah, you have to be very, very careful with your wallet. Like personally, I have this is called a ledger, has a little screen here, and this is where my passphrase is stored. So because of this, I have to plug it into my computer every time I'm moving any crypto, because if you don't have this, everything's stored on your computer's drive. And if you connect to a Wi-Fi network that's maybe unlocked at a Starbucks, someone could find that. If you connect your wallet somewhere, your wallet could just get drained. For example, around a month ago, before I went on my trip, there was this job called Monkey Kingdom. And that was around a few weeks after we launched. So my buddy had all of his money in one crypto wallet, because he didn't move anything around yet because we had just launched. And their Discord, which is just a place where the community talks, was hacked. The hacker sent a link saying it was the link to buy the NFT, but as soon as you connected your wallet to the website, they drained the wallet. So his wallet was drained like over $30,000. Luckily, this project was a huge name, so they compensated everybody. They sent everyone their money back out of their pockets, which was great. But yeah, things like this happen every day, so you definitely have to be really, really careful.
Wasn't a bunch of like 300 million stolen from Wormhole yesterday or day before yesterday, something like that? 300 million. I mean, that's dollars.
That's insane. Yeah, that's insane. I'm not.
It was.
That, but
it's is it called WETH? I mean, it was.
WETH.
It's Ethereum indexed to the real Ethereum.
Wrapped Ethereum.
That's it. Wrapped. That's it. Yeah. 323 million, and they patched the hole, and then and then they asked for whoever hacked them to give the money back, right? The 300 million, and if they did, they would give them a reward of 10 million.
That's the thing though, because
I don't get it either.
The weirdest part is it's not illegal. Like, it's not moral, but you could do that and get away with it. No one's gonna find the person who does that. And normally you lose money in crypto, you're like, pardon my French, you're shit out of luck. Nothing you could do about it.
So by the way,
I'm
losing
Ben,
money.
I'm quite
Sorry, I was gonna say losing money. It's not even crypto. We had somebody at the office on a Friday afternoon sent, at the time, my bookkeeper an email from me with a copy of an invoice that said, "Hey, Cheryl," her name, "can you please pay this invoice right away? Want to make sure we get our goods on time." I wasn't around Friday afternoon. She's tired, end of the week. She sees it from me. She goes and she wires $39,000 US, right? And I don't know. I don't know nothing. I'm not even there. Monday morning, my controller, CFO's in. He comes to me at 8 o'clock and he says, "Warren, just want to know what this is for." And I go, "That's not me." And in the email, when you clicked on it, it was another name under my name. And we managed to save it at the bank because the money was going from East Coast to West Coast. West Coast was opening up later with the same bank. If it wasn't the same bank, my money would have been gone and I would have gotten $0 back.
Yeah, that happened.
The wiring of money is not the same as doing transferring it, right?
No, not the same. This, like, transferring crypto is immediate, at least with Solana. Ethereum, it has to be confirmed, but once you do it, you can't cancel it. You can't make an appeal. You can't do anything. Your money's gone. Your money's gone.
Ben, I'm really interested in the trust you have among your friends. Who are they, and how did you come on your journey to a point of business as opposed to just friendship? It just seems like such an organic way to deal with it. I love it, as opposed to a structured corporation. But there appears to be some trust. So tell us a little bit about your journey.
Yeah, 100%. So these guys were guys I've grown up with my whole entire life. we've always tried to do business things, find a way to make some money. And until now, this was the first thing we did that really worked. But these guys have been my literal family since I was like less than 10 years old. So I have all the trust in the world for them. But it's funny you say that, because there was one guy on the team named Jake. He was a close friend, and we thought we trusted everyone, but he did something pretty shitty. So basically he's the one who was, he knew the Solana space a lot more than we did at the time. So he helped us jumpstart that project. He had the connections, he had the Twitter connections, all that stuff. So he also had the developer. So basically he said that he was gonna take 20% of the project, or 40% of the project, give 20% to the developer and take 20% himself. And we were like, okay, we'll split the rest amongst us. And launch is done, everything's good. A couple months go by, and then we're talking to the developer, and we find out that our friend Jake actually only gave the developer 5% and more money than he made us aware. So that was a whole thing, and that definitely just made us a little bit more wary on just having things in writing and setting expectations beforehand, because we only talked slightly about equity and got things done verbally. But because of that, this happened, and it ruined our friendship with him. It's none of us, like, that's something that just totally made us cut ties, because you don't do that to, let alone in business, you don't do that to your friends. But trust is a huge part of this, because you could technically do anything with the money that comes in. You have to trust the people that you're working with, or you can't be in this space.
I
think
to
the
remember Steve
benefits
Jobs
of-
did that to Steve Wozniak way back when.
They're not quite that big yet, but maybe someday that'll happen. But I just love the model because of the way you've built it. It allows for the freedom of I don't know, ideas, sharing, collaborating, growing without all of the restraints of the structures of corporations. Now, someday, if you are a corporation, you'll need it. But for now, it just breeds creativity.
Yeah, like we have no hierarchy. We're sitting around the table, just having beers, having dinners. We're always just talking about new ideas with this kind of stuff. So,
and there's
it's
another,
super cool.
On a corporate level, there's a company called Friesens in Canada, and they're an incredibly successful book publisher. And one of the reasons for their success is that they're co-owned. They're not co-owned, but they're owned by the employees. So the owners who had all the ideas decided to share it among the group, and they all had vested interest, and they're successful after 100 years in business. I think it's a model that you've adopted that is going to breed success for you.
You should get rights to a movie. I can see that now.
I was just going to say that Netflix should buy the story.
Can we all chip in? I've got a $5.
It's a lot of people.
Is that 5 Ethereum?
This stuff.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
Ben,
no, you pitch it to the folks at Wattpad because they're Canadian.
Who wants to buy my NFT? I have a Taylor.
So Ben, when I didn't know anything about NFTs, and I googled it, and I read the story of Adidas, who just dabbled in the market with some NFTs over in
Adidas in the metaverse.
Yeah, and they made $23 million almost straight away, just from dabbling in it.
That's more of a reason why I say it's a bubble. These big corporations are going to just go hard at this, because these people who already have a name for themselves, they release something that's so cool because they have the means to do so. They overprice it and release a crap ton of them. I think it was released 11,000 of them. And yeah, no doubt they're going to make between $20 and $50 million each time.
It's just
And
where
probably,
brand loyalty comes in, or brand awareness comes in, and that's
exactly
what pushes the value up.
Brand loyalty also brings in brand trust. These people who are buying it trust that it'll go up. But yeah,
and throw in a little bit of greed. Let's not forget that. Everybody's looking. Think back to the .com, all those .coms, all those IPOs, and where are most of them now? Right? You want to get in.
And a lot of it is people call it a FOMO in the space. Like people have fear of missing out, so they buy everything, hoping that one hits.
Yeah. So I read I read a story about one possible loophole in digital artwork in a blockchain, in that the digital artwork itself isn't stored in the blockchain. The blockchain just makes reference to it somewhere else on the internet. Yeah. So the picture of Fred in a hat is on your server, for example, and the blockchain says, Fred owns this picture of Fred in a hat, but the picture of it is over there. What if somebody hacks that server and changes the picture to a picture of Mickey Mouse?
I'm honestly not sure.
I mean, that was the theory behind
Yeah.
it, was that you can have a record of having a transaction, but when it comes to actually seeing what that item is, the item's been moved or changed, or the server's not there anymore.
Right. So I think that may be the case on the Ethereum network, but I think I'm not sure, because it acts as an ERC-20 token, the actual photo of it. But on Solana, I know it's actually connected to your wallet. So that's an actual deployment that's in your wallet. So I wouldn't speak too much on that. I don't know, honestly.
So
But
the
it's interesting.
NFT is stored in the same wallet as your Solarium money.
Cryptocurrency. Yeah.
Okay, right. So that's why you can't just say, I'll pay you cash or I'll pay you in American Express or anything else. It has to be tied to the cryptocurrency to work.
Has to be paid in cryptocurrency.
Right.
Ben, if you lose that little device that you have, what happens?
I could lose a device. I just can't lose the little piece of paper that is somewhere secure that has my passphrase on it. Because that phrase.
Where is it? Just so when I come over after.
I'm not telling you.
You do a money heist.
So if I lose that, then yeah, no, it's gone
I just want
forever.
to point out that the clue, the to everything relies on a piece of paper. I just want to point all of that out. Everything can be lost. It's the piece of paper that matters most. I like
or the tattoo on your arm.
Yeah.
Got a post there, Joanne. Your next post.
No, but
Actually, the
it's true.
information on the paper.
Yeah.
Robert,
wow, that's a big finger you got there.
So,
Wow,
where's this going to go? I mean, we're in the print industry where we're looking for ways to keep the print industry going, to reinvent ourselves. Where's this going to go? Where do you see this? What direction is it taking? Because this is like somebody mentioned baseball cards or football cards, we had when we were kids and that. Is this just a passing trend or a fad, or is there a real commercial return here?
I think it depends who you know. Like, we're doing this new project, and something that we're doing for community building is we're making this like comic book page digitally. So it's going to be the front, it's going to be like, a comic book cover with sort of our story that we're making for the project. And one of our thoughts was like, we'd make a physical item that we'd ship out to maybe half of the holders. Like, we'd ship them 3,000 pieces of printed out comic cover. And I think that definitely in the future, it could be connected to the print industry. I don't see why it couldn't. People love physical items coming along with their digital art. I think it's just getting to know people who are actually doing projects, and it's all about building a name to get eyes on what you're doing. If you have no eyes on what you're doing, especially for people like me who are creating a project, nothing's really going to happen.
Yeah.
So you're turning buying an NFT into an experience to be part of. You're part of a club, you're part of a team, and you're getting all these things that make you feel good about what you're doing. Yeah,
Mark, I couldn't have said it better myself. Yep, exactly. There's all these projects when you're marketing being part of something and you have a good community, it's what makes people build trust in what you're doing, and that's what makes people buy what you're selling. It's exactly what it is.
The future is the underlying technology, which will be used to other areas. They're already using it in the health area for the blockchain, for security purposes, and for the ability to trace where it comes from. Blockchain itself is an excellent technology. It has a long way to go in terms of some of the, if you will, the flaws in it. One of them was pointed out by the amount of energy that's being used from it. But as far as NFT goes, those are going to become your healthcare evidence of benefits documents. It's not going to be NFTs for much longer. I agree, it's a bubble, but the technology underlying it is something that's critical to the print industry in regard to people who need to have secure access to data that's been developed, whether that's a printed product or not. Be aware, some of it will never be printed again, and blockchain will be one of the reasons why that's the case.
Yep, and for things like unlocking your car, you could use an NFT for that.
It's very, they are, yes, exactly. And GM is well advanced. So is our friend Elon Musk with Tesla. So.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. That the NFT is a like peer-to-peer market structure kind of thing is a bubble. And that's why we're trying to just capitalize off it as quick as possible.
Anybody remember POG, pineapple, orange, guava? They were collecting the caps from these drinks, and it was a collecting item, and they were selling for hundreds of dollars each, physical item. It's a similar bubble to that. So get your pet rocks out. They may have value soon.
Maybe those pictures of Jimmy Savile I've got will eventually be worth something in the future.
No, they won't. That's never going to happen.
Definitely not.
Actually, Robert, I was thinking of pet rocks right at the beginning of this, and I did a quick Google search. There is an NFT pet rock.
I'm certain of it. Yeah.
And they are selling for hundreds, like $292,000. I saw.
Yeah, Kelvin, the screen. Do a screen grab. We are an NFT.
Yeah, I made one of Joanne earlier. It's back in the chat. Go and have a look. I'm open to
Joanne
offers.
worth. I'm curious.
Well, you tell me what she's worth. Whatever
No,
you're willing
I
to
don't-
pay, Robert.
No, I'm not going there.
That's a good point, Ben. So when you created the NFTs, you came up with 95 Solanos, say $100 Canadian, which is about
0.95 Solana, yeah.
which is about £4 in English money. How do you come up with that value?
So there's sort of an industry standard to a point. Ethereum, it's a lot higher. So on the Ethereum blockchain, when you're selling an NFT, normally it goes for around 0.1, which is $300 or 300 something on a good day. But with Solana, the price point you really want to be at is around 250 and $200. And that's if your project has a lot of eyes on it. If not, it's going to be probably closer to 70 to 120. But yeah, so it was around 175 or so US dollars at the time, maybe a little less. But yeah, it's a standard between all projects. All projects are normally priced around the same.
And who's doing well in that market? Who's really smashing it? If Adidas get $23 million just from having a play, is there anyone making loads of money apart from you?
Oh yeah, this money that we made is a fraction of what some other people are making. For example, there's these guys who have a YouTube channel called the Nelk Boys. They made $25 million in 5 minutes off of releasing their NFT, just because they had a following. Under Armour
That guy,
and Steph,
Beeple, he
Beeple probably made hundreds of millions, but he's a he's super talented. His stuff is awesome. It's coveted. And that's what Beeple did. He was like one of the first people to release an actual NFT. Beeple's stuff is very cool, but it's very expensive.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of work. Beeple was creating, because I was following him for years, because I use well, because of the software he uses. He was creating a project every single day for years to put that together. So he had all of this stuff sitting on his hard drive, or probably backed up somewhere, and he thought, what am I going to do with it? And that's where he came up with the idea. But I mean,
and he made
that's his life's
hundreds
work.
of millions off of it. It's his life's work. Yeah, he's awesome.
I mean, you could have charged $100 more, whatever Solana, and you would have got it.
We would have got it. So we were a little bit worried about not selling out, so we didn't want to be greedy. But if we sold the price, I'm almost sure it would have still sold out at the same time.
And how long did
Are
it
you
take
going to
you
do more?
Sorry.
What's that?
Are you going to do more?
Yeah, so we're working on a project right now. We're actually working on 2. And we're still waiting on some finalized stuff. It might take another few weeks or so to get the ball rolling, but
hang on, I just want to do this recording cannot be put public. Ben,
no kidding.
No. Ben working for a company, so this can't be public that you just said there's another project. Just remember.
Okay, it's been asked to go. I've had requests for this recording
Oh,
already.
you can send it to some people, just don't post it live.
Yeah,
It's not the end of the world. But yeah, so we're working on 2 more projects. We've got the skeleton of it. We've got our socials up and ready. We haven't launched anything. We're just waiting on a little bit more of the art to review. It's a cool idea. It's a sort of model that's never really been done before on Solana. We're selling more than double the amount we did with stock tilers for probably double the price too, because Solana is really cheap right now. If all goes well, we'll be very happy. But we're working really hard on this.
how long did it take you to make $500,000? And so when you put it up, the NFT.
You don't want to know.
3 minutes.
It really does make me feel sick. You know, how long?
3 minutes. Yeah.
120 seconds.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So Ben, what did you study in school? I'm very, very curious because
Ben
I have
doesn't have
5 boys and I want to know why not one of them
You
has
know what
done
the
this.
answer.
Yeah, I dropped out of university.
Oh, that's fine. But what were you
Yeah.
studying? I'm just curious. What were you studying?
Yeah, nothing to do with success.
What was it? Like just
Political-
business?
poli-
Like
political science, but I wasn't studying. I didn't retain any.
now we know why you're friends with Warren.
This profile of successful entrepreneurs.
Oh man, that's crazy.
This
That's
is
just crazy. Good for you.
This is hugely
Thank you.
eye-opening. I wonder if there's anyone who's actually dabbling this in the print industry. This whole new market I didn't even know was there.
100%.
Oh, I'm sure
100% there.
Slava's in it up to his elbows.
Like, for example, I forget who mentioned Beeple here, but when you buy a Beeple, you get an actual physical item, and there's paper in there with writing on it. There's paper of what it is. Like there is print involved in the NFT industry right now. I'm not sure on what scale, but it's definitely something that is there.
So where
100%.
does someone go if they want to find out what NFT projects are in process and when they're going to be released and what stage they're at?
Twitter.
OpenSea.
You could, yeah, that's the secondary market though. OpenSea is where you find projects after they've launched. Like you could find upcoming projects, but most of them that are on there aren't great. But finding them organically is the first step to finding a good project. Like you don't want to take those projects that are being paid to be promoted or that are paying to be promoted. It's when you find it through the grapevine.
So what a decent entrepreneurial printer needs to do is go to a group like yourselves and say, I want in on this project. I'll print the physical stuff and I won't charge you for it. I'll just take a cut of everything that gets sold.
Well, that's for someone like us, but if you're talking to someone who's already very established in the NFT space, then they probably already have a ton of capital.
Exactly, yes, which is why somebody needs to get their ear to the ground and find out what projects are in formation.
Yeah, but I guarantee you that you could charge probably 1,000% more than you would for someone who's not in the NFT space. Everything is more expensive here. To put it into perspective, we paid right now our website guys for our new project, we're giving them around $12,000. And we're giving our developer around $10,000 if all goes well. Like things are just ridiculously expensive. People are paying, and these like for our last project, the developer got around 20 grand and he did 2 hours of work. It's just what it is. It's the price of things, and if you're not paying that price, you're not getting these people.
You pay the price for not putting up any money, right?
That too.
It's a call. It's like any entrepreneur. It's a call you make. How much risk do you want to assume for how much or how little money?
Apparently 2 hours worth of risk.
Pretty good.
Well, it's the VC model, isn't it? I mean, they back as many as they can, knowing that 90% of the projects they back are going to fail. But they just need to hit gold once.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Because 90% of the projects do fail. Big time. Especially on Ethereum. 90%, 90+%, probably 98% of all projects fail. But with the Solana network being very new, there's a lot of opportunity to do something there until there's not.
There's got to be a connection where the print can be brought into this, where it would add value to such a thing. you know,
For sure.
not just the instructions.
Like what we're doing, I might reach out to Warren to get stuff from maybe one of you guys, because we are doing a comic book cover. We have a lore for our project of like, it involves space and dragons and apes and stuff, and we're actually have a graphic designer working on a comic book cover right now, and we want to include in our roadmap that we're going to send out the physical comic book cover to a certain amount of people.
Can you embed, so this is where I'm thinking of, like, you know, beyond, I'm saying beyond like a QR code mentality, but can you embed any kind of digital signature into the physical printed piece to connect the NFT to the physical? Does that sort of make sense?
Yeah, 100% you can. I'm not sure how, but
like if you're an up and coming painter, you know, people are basically waiting for you to die so that your artwork is worth something. Is there a way that you can embed these technologies so that not only will the digital version of your painting be worth something, but the physical, like they will both go up in value because of they're connected versus independently?
100%. Yeah, that's 100% possible. I wouldn't know the specifics of it, but for sure.
Yeah, Joanne, that was the weirdest assessment of artistic valuation I ever heard. An up and coming artist waiting to
I
die.
get it.
It's true.
I get it. Like
It's true.
It can also tie to an authenticity type of thing too.
Yeah. If you buy an antique piece of furniture and it's got the original bill of sale with it, it's worth a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you didn't refinish it. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't varnish it.
I just put a link in the chat, and
Yeah,
there's a
that's fine.
company there that basically will print your NFTs for you. And if you read further down, it has something for NFT owners, NFT marketplace, and they'll print the NFT pretty much on anything that you want.
For print, what a ton of people are doing for their 3D art that they've bought, not even the creators, like some random guy who's bought a 3D NFT, they're getting it 3D printed and they're paying a crap ton of money for it. So if any of you do 3D printing, that's totally something that people want. But like 100% print could be involved.
So it's
with
basically
the
the
space.
reverse. So instead of digitizing print, you're printing digitized artwork. It's
Been printing
really just
digitized
completely
artwork
bass
for
backwards.
30 years.
It's yeah. Because that's what it was all about, right? Digitizing everything to preserve it. And now this is truly the opposite.
Kelvin only deals with digits, ones and
Yeah.
zeros. That's it.
He lives in a virtual world.
True, but this even blows my mind.
Ben, who
Even
would I
Kelvin's mind
contact?
is blown.
What was left of it? Yeah.
What was left of it?
So I read a description of NFT. So I Googled what's a fungible token rather than a non-fungible token. And a fungible token is a Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever, it's the currency. And a non-fungible token is the thing you buy. So a fungible token can be many of, but a non-fungible token is a unique thing.
Exactly. For example, you can buy 0.2 of an Ethereum. You can't buy 0.2 of a stock, Tyler.
But you can't buy 0.2 of an NFT.
Exactly.
Ben, who would
I
I
think a new
contact?
platform just. Sorry, go ahead.
Who would I contact to connect a 3D printer to an NFT provider?
So if there's if you go on Twitter, just hashtag NFT, look at all these projects and find one that's 3D art, message them on Twitter, say, hi, I'm a industrial 3D printer. If you need, if any of your holders, or if you want to get some 3D printed, just let me know, and just keep doing that. But I know for a project called Meebits, which was created by Larva Labs, who created CryptoPunks, which I'm sure some of you know of, the first NFT. They're pictures of JPEG pixel art selling for tens of millions of dollars. Their sister project, Meebits, it's 3D art. It's like a 3D figurine of a person with traits. People are 3D printing those like all the time.
What do you, how do you
3D
deal with
printing? 3D
Go
printing
ahead.
in general has found it's been difficult for them to find their market, and it's been around for quite a while. So I think perhaps this is one of the opportunities. I mean, they do industrialized manufacturing, 3D additive manufacturing, but this is possibly a lucrative channel for them to go.
Yeah.
100%.
Go ahead, Robert. Go ahead, Robert.
How do you deal with copyright issues?
That's a great question. You don't.
Okay.
Next.
I can
You
see
don't need it,
lawyers.
do you?
Yeah.
You don't need it.
Yeah.
That was a
I'm
quick
going to
conversation.
finish my law degree. That's what I'm going to do.
I mean, no one's going to. I mean, I guess there would be an issue if you took the image of an NFT and then tried to make an NFT from it. That would be a problem, wouldn't it?
Just community-wise, nobody will buy it, because if a project does well, people will know that that's not them. You know, like someone who has the real one will see and be like, no, this is no good. You know,
Unless you sold it to a man in a cave.
What if
who
I made
didn't
an
know.
NFT of this comic book that I have? Okay.
oh yeah, you can't do that. That's for sure. Like if it's an actual, if you're making an NFT of like a Nike shoe, they'll sue you. 100%
Nike
they'll
will,
sue you.
but if a company's out of business or it's in public domain,
It's out of
Number
But
copyright.
if you
Numbered.
own the shoe,
Yeah.
if you
Robert,
own the
1, 2,
shoe, why
3.
can't you make one?
Andy Warhol. Someone mentioned Andy Warhol earlier on.
Yeah.
He'd be pretty much lapping this up, wouldn't he? You know,
Well, Campbell's didn't sue him, I don't think.
yeah. I might do that. See if I can
I'm
do
not
that
sure they
now.
didn't. I think Campbell's might have took out a lawsuit on him. You know,
I
I think they got upset.
I think so.
Yeah.
So in other words, you still need the rights to whatever it is you are creating the NFT
Yeah.
for which you are
Yeah.
creating the NFT.
Hmm.
Try to get
Like
some good English
you just
in
have
there.
you have to be careful. Like for our new project, we're doing like a Spider-Man mask, but like you can't have Marvel, DC, like especially if you're planning to sell a lot and get a lot of eyes on it. If you're making millions of dollars of a project using Marvel's property, they probably will sue you.
But if you are in the cyber space, that's an old word, isn't it? But if you were, you know, out there somewhere, you could be anonymous.
Yeah, fully.
No one could know where you're
can.
from. They couldn't trace the
But
money
they
to your
can-
bank 'cause it's not in a bank.
oh no, they can track, blockchain can be tracked, so they could get the legal record. That's the whole point of it. The
It
provenance.
can be tracked to a wallet, but
To a
not
wallet,
to
but not to a
person.
person. Yeah.
Well,
Oh.
There's more money to be made by breaking the law in this
Where do you
area,
sue?
definitely.
Like,
That's the truth for everything.
That's a good point, because a lot of projects are like, for stockpilers, we all gave our Twitter pages and like we posted videos, because the way to build trust is they call it doxing yourself, showing your true identity.
Doxing.
But technically, if you're anonymous, yeah, you can do whatever you want. They're not going to find you. And there is a lot of money to be made by breaking the law in this.
by the
space.
way, even if they find you, they got to get to you, right?
Yeah.
Where do you sue? What country?
Yeah, that's true. It's a lot harder.
It's
crazy world.
That's my new word of the day, doxing. I like that
Mhm.
one. I'm going to use that.
You can make a
Yeah, so
t-shirt.
this will,
better check Urban Dictionary first.
I'm a doxer.
Ross,
all
like
right.
Urban Dictionary, hey, it turned you onto something new.
It's safe. It's safe. Paul Stead hasn't got hold of it yet.
I just stuck it in the chat. According to Wikipedia.
Wikipedia. There you go.
Yeah,
I'd trust
exactly.
Urban Dictionary over Wikipedia.
Me too.
That's a great one for Scrabble.
Yeah.
Especially the
There's
double
some-
X.
It's got to be an Oxford
Mm.
Dictionary, I believe, for Scrabble, doesn't it?
We have to
It's not
turn
in
it to
Oxford.
5 letters and make it,
Yeah.
and it'll make it onto Wordle.
Yeah,
You need to get one of those X's on triple word score. That's what
Yeah,
you
you
need to do.
Yeah.
you certainly would. Ben, listen, you've been amazing today. This has been fantastic. Thanks for coming and talking to us and
Yeah.
educating us. We've got a couple of educators who've joined us today, Murray Sale and Matthew Child from BPIF Training. I just want to give you a quick shout out. You've been very quiet. This has been amazing. Honestly, I knew nothing about NFTs, and it's opened my mind. I think you've opened everybody else's mind here. And Mark Stevenson mentioned it a couple of weeks ago, and I thought he was losing the plot, to be honest. But it turns out there's a whole new world there. So
Yes. Oh,
thank
we know
you.
a song about that.
we do, yeah. Thank you so much for
singing
taking
it.
the time for coming to join us. We're back next week. We're back every week, 3:30. Different topics. I don't know what the topic is next week, Mark. Do you know?
End of the day with Ray.
Gosh, now you've
Oh
got me.
yeah, it is. End
So
of
it's
the
your
day.
buddy Rob, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ray.
Yeah, it's
He's
your
online.
friend.
He publishes daily.
That is
Yeah.
going to be an interesting one. He's quite an opinionated American.
That's right. We
No.
need opinionated people, not like someone like Robert Godwin has no opinion.
I'm just sharing.
It's
I'm
on the
just
fence.
sharing.
That's the problem.
So if you don't know who Ray is, Google him. He's got some very interesting videos in front of us.
You'll want to be at this one.
It's
Sorry,
very
what's his last
opinionated.
name? What's his
If
last name?
Morton's on, he's got to do an interview of this guy sometime.
For,
No,
There'll
go
be some
pronounce
good
his last
banter.
name.
There'll be some good banter next week.
What's his last name, Rob?
It's a foreign name.
It's a Stasuski.
Yeah, it's Polish, I think.
I
But,
one of those motorbikes.
S-T-A-S-I-E-C-Z-K-O.
I got it. STASIECZKO.
That's a book
Zed.
that I just
That's
said.
a Scrabble
Talking
score,
about
isn't it?
Scrabble.
So everyone, have a look. Join us next week. Remember to follow the Crown Pub on LinkedIn. Murray, Matthew, you're more than welcome to come back. Janine, welcome. You were very quiet as well. You're welcome as well, even though you got the sunshine over there. And come and join us. Remember, you can get the Crown Pub shirts for only 10 Solanos and these interesting beanies for 50 Solanos.
Sell mine.
Just get in touch with me and I'll get them through to you. Everyone,
Just to say, Kevin, thank you very much. I really enjoyed that. And thanks to Ben and Warren, obviously, for sorting out. Really enjoyed it. Really interesting stuff. Thank
you're
you.
more than welcome. Remember to
Great
follow the
job.
Crown Pub. We're nearly 1,500 people, so
Hey.
Thank you guys so much for having me. This is a lot
Thanks,
of fun.
Ben.
Congratulations,
Bye.
Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck, Ben.
Thanks, Ben.
Cheers.
thanks
Bye,
everyone.
guys.
Ben, thank you very much.
Bye. Bye.
Bye bye.
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 Ciao, boys.
So,
Hey.
so